It's been confirmed that Peterborough's regional pool in Peterborough will be demolished. The Cabinet at the City Council approved the move yesterday evening. What's your reaction to this, Paul?
Well, Amir, it's just devastated, because that regional pool is where I learned to swim, where I was took to by my father, and it's just heartbreaking for whole generations of young people. But what these councillors have done is they've just uncritically embraced what officers have said a worst case scenario. The idea that it's suddenly safe, on one day, but the next day it's unsafe because of what's needed is just nonsense. You're telling me for the past sort of 20 years, we've been, every time anyone's walked into that regional pool, they've been dicing with death. I mean, it's just a complete nonsense. When it comes to Cuckoo's Hollow, when they close those bridges over Cuckoo's Hollow, uncritically embracing another health and safety directive, I bet you they didn't consult with local people who've been isolated as a result of this. And when it comes to Gladca, you'll know Gladca, the organisation, there's a threat to Gladca now because they want to sell off one of their buildings. I'm going to make a big and bold promise on all of this. If they're not going to reopen the pool, and accept a second opinion, which I'm sure will come up to a much lower figure, if they're not going to do that, I make a big and bold promise that I have managed to get hundreds of millions of pounds for Peterborough in terms of its levelling up agenda. And I think sometimes, we need to be brave. And I make a big and bold promise that as Peterborough's MP, I will deliver a new swimming pool for Peterborough in the next 5 years. I also make a big and bold promise that I will deliver a new bus station for Peterborough in the next 5 years. And I hope also, I can't promise this, in terms of ifs and buts, but we also need a brand new home for Posh in our city centre. So those are my three targets. Big and bold promise on a new swimming pool, a new bus station, no ifs and buts, and if I can work with Peterborough United, a new home for Posh as well.